Hello everyone. In management account, today we will see the types of budget. We have already understood about definition of budget and budgetary control. Even we have seen the advantages and limitation of the budgetary control. So we all know that budget is estimated statement which we are making for the expenses as well as incomes or revenues. So today we will see the different types of budget. Today we will see the different types of budget. Basically the budget is bifurcated with five types. Its first type is on the basis of objective. On the basis of objective means what is the objective of business of firm, because we are making the budget according to the objectives of the business, so that will be very useful for any business or firm or organization. So this is the first type, that is based on the basis of objective. The second type of budget is on the basis of time period. You can say on the basis of duration, for how much time we are making budget. The budget includes what duration, that is called on the basis of time period. Number 3 is on the basis of flexibility. Budget is flexible or not. So this is the type of on the basis of flexibility, because we can check it out that on the basis of flexibility means what. On the basis of flexibility means we can change the budget afterwards or not. That is depends on the flexibility of budget. So our third type of budget is on the basis of flexibility. Our fourth type of budget is on the basis of work. Whatever work we are doing in the business or in the firm, we are making separate budget for each and every activities, that is called on the basis of work. We can say that on the basis of activity also. The fifth type of budget is cash budget. In this budget, we are doing the entries of cash. And our last type of budget is master budget. Now we will see the different types of budget in detail. This is the basically main five types of budget. But in these types, there are again some types which we will understand. Our first type of budget is on the basis of objective. So let's see on the basis of objective how many budgets we can make. So here are on the basis of objective. On the basis of objective, we can make three budgets. Our first budget is cost budget. Second is control or responsibility budget. Third is forecasting budget. Now let's understand each term one by one. Let's start with the cost budget. We all know that cost is very important portion of the business, because our sales price, our profit, all our activities is based on our cost of production. So previous amount or previous figures, on the basis of previous figures, we make our current or future cost budget, that we want to finish this production with this cost. So this budget includes many things. Any expenses regarding cost will be included in this budget. So cash budget is our first budget. Cost budget, sorry. Cost budget is very essential for the business. That's why it is included in the objective basis, because we have to see that okay, firm, what is the objective of the firm. Firm wants to know the cost. Firm wants to focus on the profit maximization. Everything is depends on the cost. So First budget is very essential. Our second budget is control or responsibility budget. We have to bifurcate the responsibilities. We have to hand over the responsibilities to the different department. And if we want to hand over the responsibility, we want the employees which who can control on that responsibility. So this responsibility budget is also very important, because by making this budget we can bifurcate, we can do the classification of the department as well as responsibilities as well as control. Because whom we are giving the responsibility, we have to give the control also to them. So this budget will help us to guide that which responsibility will be allotted to which person or which authority, and who will be who will take the control of that particular activity. So that is called control or responsibility budget. Our third budget is forecasting budget. Forecasting budget means in future what we are planning to do, and on the basis of past how we can implement these methods or this production in the future. That is called forecasting budget. Forecasting budget is showing basically the future figures only, because this is not the current or past budget, but it is forecasting budget. Means we are making the forecasting. We are doing the forecasting. And what is the meaning of forecasting? Forecasting means whatever we are thinking about the future, or whatever we are having the idea about the future, and we want to implement some ideas in the future, then what the impact will be done. That is called forecasting. So this is our forecasting budget. So basically these three budgets are made under the basis of objective. Okay. Now let's go back to the types of budget. Our second type of budget is on the basis of time period. Time period means duration. So on the basis of duration, on the basis of time period, there are two types of budget. Our first type is short term budget and second type is long term budget. So let's understand it one by one. Short term budget. What is the meaning of short term budget? If we want to make the budget likewise for the duration of 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or 1 year, but that is called short term period. So if we are making the budget for the very short term, that budget will be treated as short term budget. But if we are making the budget for the more than 1 or 2 years, like 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, or maybe 20 years. So that budget will be treated as long-term budget. Basically, every firm is making this both type of budget, because we have to plan for long term also, but individually we have to see the short term period budget also, because we cannot rely on the long term budget only, or we cannot stick to the long term budget only, because every time the situation is changing, the market is changing, the environment is changing, and the demand is also changing. So business has to focus on the short term budget as well as long term budget both. So these are the types of basis on the time period or duration. Now we came back to the types of budget again, and our third type of budget is on the basis of flexibility. On the basis of flexibility, we have two types of budget. First is fixed budget and second is flexible budget. Fixed budget means what? We have fixed certain expenses that okay, this in this business in this firm we will do 2 lakh rupees fixed expense only. We will not go further than 2 lakh rupees. So that budget is treated as fixed budget. We have fixed the amount of each and every expenses We have done the allocation according to the past experience, and we are making the fixed figures. We are fixing the all expenses and all revenues. That is called fixed budget. But other thing is that we cannot change. We cannot do any changes in this fixed budget. So this that is treated as fixed budget, and now this is the second type, that is flexible budget. Flexible budget is what? Sometimes the season will change, the market environment will be changed, and we are not doing the production on our full capacity. At that time, we are using the flexible budget. Why? Because our production capacity, our production quantity has been changed. So we can also change our budget by changing the production expenses, the factory overhead expenses, and all the expenses regarding the production. So this is treated as flexible budget. We can do any changes in this kind of flexible budget. So it is very easy and convenient budget for the any production company. Now our fourth type of budget is on the basis of work or activity. On the basis of work or activity, there are many types of budget is there. So let's see one by one. Mainly there are three types. Basically it is divided into two portions. First is sales budget. If we want to make the sales budget, we have to follow the procedure. That is, first we have to collect the information that how much figure or how much estimation of sales is there in this current period or in the future. So company or firm has to collect the information that what how much quantity they want to sell, and in which area how much quantity will be, how much quantity can be sold. So to make this budget, we have to collect the information first. Then we have to decide the sales figure. First, we have collected the uh, figures, the information that okay, previously we have done this much sale in this area. Previously, we have done this quantity given to the this region or anything else, anywhere else. So afterwards, after collecting the information, the company will decide the sales figure, that exactly how much sale they want to do in this next quarter or in this next year, with whatever the time period is. The third is reason-wise sales distribution. First, overall sales figure will be decided. Then that sales figure will be distributed region-wise. That because which region is having the more demand, that will depend on the region-wise distribution. Because somewhere if there is no demand and we are giving the target or our product to them, then that will be very disappointing behavior. So we will distribute the reason by sales figures. Then we will give the responsibilities to the sales manager. So we will explain the responsibilities of each sales manager, that what they have to do, how they will enhance the sales, how they will reach the target. So we will allocate the responsibility of sales manager. Then we will fix the duration of sales budget. We have collected the information, we have collected the sales figure, we have even distributed the responsibility to the sales manager. But we cannot give full freedom of time to the sales manager to sell the products. We have to give them particular time period. Likewise, they have to reach to their target within 6 months, within 1 year, or within 2 months only. We have to fix the duration. Otherwise, the sales manager or the department can be having a lethargic approach, and they will finish the target sale after so long period. So that cannot be affordable for our any business. So we have to fix the duration of sales budget. Okay, so this way we are making the sales budget. The second budget is made, that is production budget. For production budget, we are making the individual budget for the individual expenses. Likewise, we can make the direct material budget individually. In that, we can fix that okay, how much quantity we will order as direct material. So first, if we really want to control over the direct material, we will make the direct material budget. Then we can make the purchase budget also, that how much quantity we want to purchase at a time, how much we want to store. That that is that can be fixed in the purchase budget. Then we can make the direct labor budget also, because how much labors we want, how many labors we want, how much amount will be paid them to them as a labor. So that is also can be fixed on the prior basis, and we can make the direct labor budget individually. Then we can make the factory overhead expense budget also. We can combine the budget and we can make the we can include that this much expenses in the same budget also. But if really we want to make individual budget, then we can also make the factory overhead expenses differently individually. And in that we can know that okay, how much factory repairing and maintenance expenses there, how much labor is there, how much machinery will demand the expenses. So that is included in the factory overhead expense. Then service department expense. Service depart Whatever the service department is there in the company, we have to make the individual to that service department expense budget also. Then administrative expense, how much office expense we are doing, telephone expense, electricity expense, then computer or maintain or report stationery expense. That is included in the administrative expense. So we have to make the administrative expense budget also. By making this individual budget, what we can focus on, that is how much amount is spent on the particular expenses. So by making this individual budget, we can come to know that okay, how much amount our company or our firm is spending over the direct labor or over the administrative expense, so that control will be easy to do. Then sales and distribution expense, how many persons we are hiring for the sales and distribution. We are paying them a fixed salary or on the commission basis. We are giving them salary. We are giving them incentives or not. These much expenses can be included in the sales and distribution expense. Then research and development. Right now, this expense is very important and essential, because everywhere competition is becoming very tough, and research and development is very necessary to sustain for any company, because uh, nowadays customer is demanding new and new, so they want innovation, and without research and development department we cannot provide them the innovation. So right now each company is having the different department of research and development, and they are fixing the percentage, that okay, how much percent profit they will spend on the research and development, because it is ongoing process. Once research has been done, then the development will be done, and then they will stop it, then this will not be sustainable. So research and development budget can should also be made, so that company would know that okay, how much amount they are spending on research and development, and if they are spending this much amount on the research and development, they are getting the result or not. So this budget will guide them for the research and development. And the last budget is capital expenses. How much capital expenses can be done in the business? What are the capacity of the company for doing the capital expenses? That is showing in this budget. So this is on the basis of work. Now let's come back to the types of main types of budget, and then fifth type of budget is cash budget. This budget is containing the cash transactions, how much we are spending, how much we are getting in cash. That is showing the cash budget. This is our practical chapter also. In next video, we will start the chapter cash budget. So you will come to know very detail about the cash budget, even in the practical also, because this chapter is containing the sum also. And the last budget, that's number 6, is master budget. Master budget is what? If we combine all the different or individual budgets in one budget, that is called master budget. So we will not bifurcate any budget is, and then we are making the one budget which is containing the whole budget, whole company's you can say blueprint of the expenses, that is master budget. So I hope you understood the concept of types of budget. So if you find any query, you can ask. Until that, do practice, do revision, and if any query, get back to me. Thank you.